Hey everyone, it is Bridget here, welcoming you to Bridget's Kitchen. A nice little cool, fun and simple little recipe for you guys tonight. It is my 5-minute pizza snack hack. You heard it right. You're the first ones to ever see it. It's the first time I've ever dropped this recipe. I was having a bit of a think to myself about what are some really easy but very healthy snack foods that we can have, because let's all agree that snacks are kind of, we do like to snack. We're not anti-snackers. It's not ideal to be having snacks all the time, but when you are snacking, it's nice to have options available to you that give you a healthy snack food, as opposed to going to the supermarket and reaching for that bag of chips and getting that bar of chocolate. And you guys know I shared my 2-minute blueberry brain muffins with you guys the other day, chocolate chip muffins, which are also really good for you. So there are things that we can do, things that we can do that are easy and absolutely 100% satisfying. And let's be honest, pizza and the idea of pizza for a lot of people is one of those snack foods, or just those meals that definitely get the digestive juices flowing. So hello to everyone joining us. Kia ora to everyone coming in from New Zealand as well. Thank you for joining me. I know it's Friday night there for you guys. It is Friday, about 6 o'clock here in Sydney. And we're just sort of not quite winding down. We've got a little bit more work to do for the rest of the day. And then we're going to wind down, and this snack just might be on our list of little things we might treat ourselves with today. So my 5-minute pizza snack hack. It's brilliant. You guys are gonna love this so much. It's just it's one of those recipes I'm like, why didn't I think of this before? It is so easy. All right, so I'm gonna be making 3 versions of our pizza snack hack today. I'm making 3 versions for us. I'm gonna be doing a vegetarian version. I'm gonna be doing a meat lovers version, and I'm also gonna be doing a vegan version. So plant-based got you covered, vegetarians got you covered, and for all you meat lovers out there, got you covered as well. So what do we use to make our 5-minute pizza hack snack? Snack hack? Hack snack. Snack hack. Try and say that 10 times in a row. Pizza snack hack. What do we need to make it? Well, the base for our pizza couldn't be simpler. It couldn't be more exciting, and it couldn't be more enjoyable. On its own, boring as you know what. Totally boring. We're gonna jazz it up. And guess what I'm using as a base? You got it? Rice cracker. A normal, plain, boring as can be rice cracker. And I'm using, as you notice, the thick version. So I'm using the thick piece of rice. This is going to be the base to our pizza snack hack, is we're going to be using this. So come on down to my bench. See what I got going on down here. Please join me down. All right, so I'm doing the first 2 that I'm going to be doing for you today, and I'm putting them directly onto this rack here, because I'm going to be making this snack and making it a hack by putting it in what you see behind me here, which is my air fryer. Now I have already got my air fryer on. It's turned on, as you can see, and I've got it preheating at 230 degrees centigrade, which is pretty hot. So basically I've taken my air fryer to the hottest possible temperature you can take it to. My one goes up to 230 degrees Celsius. If you can't, or you don't, have a pizza, if you don't, let's rephrase it. If you don't have an air fryer, yes, you can do this in your oven, on the grill function in your oven. So that can totally be done, but it's way faster, way more convenient, and way more awesome when you do it, if you do it in your air fryer, if you've got one. So I've got my rice crackers, or rice cakes, boring old rice cakes, and they're just the plain variety, and I'm using the thick ones. Why am I using the thick ones? Because you're making this little mini pizza snack hack, so you need to have the thick ones. So they go straight onto there. Now let's think about the toppings. This is classic pizza toppings. The first thing I'm going to be adding to it, because we're doing a meat lovers and a vegetarian, the first thing I'm going to be adding to it is my tomato ketchup. Now I shared this recipe with you guys fairly recently, not too long ago. If you don't have my tomato ketchup, which of course is vegan, sugar-free, gluten-free, etc., you can, Mahay's going to share a link for you guys right now, so you can download that, you can request that recipe. If you don't have this, well, you have another type of my tomato sauce, you could do my roasted tomato sauce for even more flavor. You could totally do that. So we got one like that, and you could do as many of these as you can fit into your air fryers at once, which is fantastic. Tomato sauce goes on. Any good pizza tends to start with that tomato sauce base. Am I right, or am I incorrect? It starts there. So we now have that on. Of course, if you're using my recipes, you are assured there's no gluten, no sugar, no dairy, no nasties, no preservatives in it. It is good for you. And my tomato ketchup is phenomenal, by the way. But you can also use my roasted tomato sauce. So that goes on first. As I was saying, we are doing a meat lovers one. And for the meat lovers one, you can add any type of meat that you like. I have just pulled these amazing chicken drums out of my pressure cooker. So this is a pulled, look at that, that's a pulled chicken. So what better thing to start the day off with a little bit of pulled chicken, but you can use any meat you want because it's meat lovers, so why not use ham or bacon or any type of cooked protein, chicken or turkey that you have available to you. And I just so happen to have this amazingly, look how tender that is. That's my pulled, this is dinner for us tonight, pulled chicken. I have this amazing pulled chicken already ready to go, so it is a no-brainer that I am making my meat lovers tonight out of pulled chicken. As well as that, I do like to have some olives on my pizza, so I've just got some Kalamata olives already with the pip taken out of them, and now it feels quite special. Now it's just gone from chicken on top of a cracker to chicken and olives on top of a cracker, which is really delicious. So we've got our olives on there. The toppings are up to you guys. You can do anything you want. Because this is a meat lovers pizza, I'm actually going to be doing 2 different types of cheese. I've just got some grated cheddar that you can put on there, just as long as it's a good quality cheddar. And I've got some grated parmesan, because you definitely need to have parmesan on there as well. That can go on. I've got some tomatoes, so I'm just going to add a little bit of tomatoes. You don't have to overdo it. You can just have like 1 or 2 toppings, or you can go bananas like I am and have like all these other really cool things on top. Completely up to you. So I'm going to add that. And suddenly we have this really delicious looking, you know, not even cooked little hack that we have there. So that is our meat lovers. For the vegetarian one, of course, it's just all vegetables. So I'm going to start off with the olives. You don't have to use olives. You could use anchovies if you do like them. I happen to really like olives, so olives make sense to me. But it's up to you. We need to definitely have some tomatoes on there because tomatoes are awesome. You notice I'm using cherry tomatoes for this, just because they kind of fit in with the theme that this is just one little snack, as opposed to a really big portion of pizza. So the cherries are really easy and very cute to put on as well. So our cherries can go on there. Once again, we're going to be adding a couple different types of cheese. It's going on there as well. So I've got both types of cheese. Remember, this is our vegetarian. I've also got over here, which is pretty amazing, and you know, this is completely up to you whether you want to do this. I actually have my jar of Vegemite that I made today, made this week. You guys know that I made homemade Vegemite with black tahini. There's nutritional yeast in there. Of course, it's vegan, gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free. This stuff has become my latest addiction. It is so incredibly good. It's just like literally I put it through salads. That's how much I love it. You would never think that you do Vegemite through salads, but I can, and I do. And this is really nice because it is obviously a vegan thing and it's a delicious thing that we can just go around and just, have you ever thought of putting Vegemite on a pizza? Because it's not really. This is tahini paste, black sesame seeds, and nutritional yeast. And remember, nutritional yeast has a very cheesy sort of experience to it. It's got a great eating quality. So we can do something like this, which would normally be a little bit weird. I'm going to lick my finger, apologies. I'm going to lick the spoon too. You can't see, so it's good. Oh my gosh. Oh, like I could eat that off a spoon. I just did. And like I said, I put this onto the side of salads and eat it with a salad because it's just wonderful. That recipe was shared on Bridget's Kitchen just this week. I think Mahe might even have a link for you guys. So that's our vegetarian. Let's not forget just to finish it off with a little bit of salt, just a little bit of salt, bit of a sprinkle, and then it goes into our air fryer. Remember, set at 230 degrees. Come over here so you guys can see. Can you see? I'll just lift this up just a little bit. There we go. Air fryer's open. It's nice and hot. We drop the whole rack into the air fryer, and then we're going to set the time here. Because my air fryer is nice and hot, I'm going to set the time for 3 minutes. Yes, you heard me correctly. 3 minutes, that's all it needs. While those two are cooking, I'm going to go and make the last one with our plain rice cakes. I'm going to make the last one there. Give my bench my little board a bit of a clean. nice and clean. So the last one that I'm doing today is the vegan one. Because my tomato sauce is vegan, guess what we're putting as a base? Don't you love it? I know, it's exceptional, right? So we're going to go with that as a base. If you don't have my tomato sauce, but you happen to have a really ripe big tomato, you can literally take that tomato, cut it in half, and then just squish the ripe tomato onto the base of that, and it will give you such an absolutely incredible little tomato base to it, nice and natural. But I've got my sauce, I'm nearly run out. I'm going to have to make some more. It's getting quite close to the end of its life. So I need to make some more of that. But vegan basically just means that whatever toppings you would normally consider to be pizza worthy, they become toppings for your pizza. Of course, tomato, just having different textures of tomato. We've got the sauce, we've got the whole tomatoes, which is really, really nice. I'm just going to keep this one really, really simple. I could then turn around and add something, you know, like this, which is our Vegemite, our homemade Vegemite. But I'm actually going to go and do something a little bit different. And what I have in this jar here is my homemade throwauyt. Now, if anyone's ever had Japanese food, and you get like sushi or the rice that is served alongside the sushi, you might get it topped with something that looks vaguely similar to this. Now, this here is roasted seaweed, it is roasted sesame seeds. I've also got different types of kombu in there as well. And what I've developed is a rice sprinkling, which is the throwauyt, but I don't eat rice, but I do eat things like this. In fact, this is a rice cake, so it's probably going to work. And this is going to give our little pizza snack hack the most incredible flavor, because there is so much flavor bursting in this. And this is a rice cake, so it's going to be wonderful with the tomatoes as well. So that's going to go on there. And rather than doing cheese, I'm actually going to finish it off with nutritional yeast. Yeah, so nutritional yeast is like the vegans' answer to cheese. It is nutty, it is high in B vitamins, it's high in iron, but it has the most wonderful flavor to it that is best described as being Parmesan cheese, because it kind of has that cheesiness to it. Obviously you won't get the melt because it is like a powder, but nutritional yeast is unbelievable, and it literally is the base for my Vegemite as well. Really, really, really good flavor. So that is all there is to the vegan one. I'm going to complete it once it actually comes out of the air fryer. I'm going to put a bit more things to it. But let's have a look at what's going on in here, because we're nearly ready. Our 3 minutes is nearly up. All right. Oh yes. Oh, the smell. The smell. Are you ready? Are you ready? So what we have here is my 5 minutes, taken less than 5 minutes actually, pizza snack hack. That is our meat lovers. That is our vegetarian. We're going to stick our vegan one in there and give it a couple more minutes. Where are we? Here we go. 3, and we've got the most wonderful melt happening on there, which is really, really good, as you can see. All we need to do now is just to finish it off. And I'm going to be finishing it off with some fresh herbs. Ideally you're using basil, but you know what? Any fresh herbs that you've got is going to really make this little pizza snack hacks explode with flavor. So I have got no basil today. Basil is obviously the classic. So I'm using actually a combination of mint and coriander, because that's what I had in my fridge. And when it comes to making these, you make them however you want to make them. It's completely up to you. So if you do have mint or coriander and you don't have any basil, there is nothing stopping you from doing this. Because we have that vegetarian one, I'm going to add just a little bit of those sprinkles as well, which is going to give it some more flavor. And then what you have is the coolest little snack hacks. Oh, fridge is opening, closing it with my foot. Little snack hacks here for you that are nice and crunchy too. You can hear them crunching once they go on there. Check that out. And you're doing that in your air fryer with a rice cake. And I bet you've never ever wanted to eat a rice cake more than that before, because check that out. Meat lovers, rice cake, fresh out of the air fryer, 3 to 4 minutes later. Now, depending on how hot you get your air fryer, you may need to take yours a little bit longer than I have. You might need to take it up to 5 or 6 minutes. But basically what you're looking for is that the rice cake is crunchy. The rice cake is nice and crunchy. The cheese, if you're using cheese, is melted as well. But everything's kind of cooked on here, so it doesn't even matter, really. But the ideal is that you're getting that lovely crunch out of your rice cake, which is just fabulous. Like seriously, this is so fabulous. All right, let's just finish off our vegan one. I'm gonna grab one more thing from my fridge, which is gonna finish off our vegan one and make it look super, super, super cool. Just bear with me. And the very last thing I want to add onto our vegan one, once it's done, and the reason I've left this out is because I always find that once we put anything like a really gentle or soft lettuce into the air fryer or into any type of heating, it just wilts and it's not as nice. So I am finishing off our vegan one, just going through my bag of lettuce, and I'm just going to grab out a couple of really cute looking arugula or rocket leaves. Not just cute, but a little bit spicy too, so it's going to add to the flavor of our little pizza snack hack. And you can create whatever you want. Remember, that's the most important thing. Create whatever you want. All right, are you ready? Now remember, this one is not going to be quite as pretty because we don't have melty cheese, but still pretty good anyway. Gonna taste fabulous. Gonna taste so good, this one. And then we just finish it off with just that lovely topping of rocket. And look at that, beautiful. How good is this? How good is this? So there you go, guys. These are my 5-minute pizza snack hacks. I look forward to seeing what combination you guys come up with, right? Because this is a free-for-all of whatever you've got in your fridge, whatever you find delicious, and see what combinations you can come up with. I look forward to seeing the pictures. All right, guys, hope you enjoy the rest of your Friday. Keep an eye out for Bridget's Kitchen tomorrow. I'm sharing my last of my Australian Day recipes, and tomorrow we're making damper. You know, traditional Aussie damper, but gluten-free, sugar-free, dairy-free damper. So join me or come download the recipe tomorrow. It's gonna go live on Bridget's Kitchen. But apart from that, I'm gonna give you guys a big wave, big kisses. We'll see you soon. Take care.